I watched the reflection of her face in the dark glass of the window. Not her expression, her control. The way her fingers tightened before relaxing. The pause before the smile returned. Outside, a car engine idled longer than necessary. I asked nothing. I nodded. I let the moment pass. But something had shifted. Not loudly, not dramatically. Quietly, like a floorboard cracking beneath carpet. She moved through the apartment like she always did, familiar, practiced. She kissed my cheek. The warmth was wrong, too quick, too rehearsed. I stood there, still, listening to my own breathing. I didn't feel anger yet. I felt calculation, because lies don't scare me, patterns do. And his presence, whoever he was, had weight. It pressed into the room long after the engine disappeared. That night, lying beside her, I didn't sleep. I counted breaths, I measured distance, and I realized something terrifyingly simple. Whatever she was hiding, she believed I would never look. Suspicion doesn't arrive screaming. It whispers. It starts with small absences, delayed replies, a guarded screen, a name never mentioned twice. She became careful in ways that weren't about love. There was a man woven into her days like a shadow stitched behind the fabric, not always present, always implied. She said I was imagining things. She said I was tired. She said I was paranoid. I nodded again. Inside, something hardened. I replayed moments I had dismissed before. A smile held too long while reading a message, a sudden interest in places she never cared about, a version of herself that no longer belonged to me. The betrayal wasn't physical yet, at least not proven. It was emotional first, and emotional betrayal cuts deeper. It's deliberate, sustained, strategic. She gave someone else the version of her that used to be mine. I felt foolish for mourning silently. I felt dangerous for staying quiet, because denial is loud, acceptance is calm, and I was becoming very calm. I didn't confront her. I observed. I learned her new rhythms, her exits, her excuses. I memorized inconsistencies like coordinates on a map. I checked phone records, location history, shared cloud backups she forgot still existed. Nothing illegal, nothing emotional, pure logic. There were gaps in time she couldn't explain, regular, predictable, the kind only created by intention. I saw his name once, accidentally, she would say. I didn't react. I let her believe she was safe. At night, she slept easily. I stayed awake scrolling through timestamps in silence. Every discovery added weight to my chest, but also clarity. This wasn't chaos, it was design. I ordered a background check. Minimal information. Enough. His face appeared on my screen one morning while she brushed her teeth, humming softly. I studied him. He was ordinary. That hurt more than anything. The man dismantling my life wasn't exceptional. He was convenient, and she chose him anyway. The confirmation arrived in a thin envelope, not dramatic, not explosive, final. I sat at the table while she cooked dinner. The smell of spices filled the room. Domestic, familiar, false. I placed the papers between us. She looked down, then up. Her color drained instantly. I didn't raise my voice. I didn't accuse. I asked one question. How long? She collapsed into emotion. Tears, apologies, justifications spilling over each other, desperate to drown the truth. I watched calmly, because I already knew. The shock wasn't that she had betrayed me. It was how easily she believed I was weak enough not to notice. I told her I had known for months, that I had watched her lie, plan, choose him. Her tears stopped. Fear replaced them. I explained, slowly, how everything she thought was hidden had been documented, how her carefully built narrative collapsed under basic scrutiny. I wasn't cruel. I was precise. I told her I had already spoken to him, that he knew everything now, that he knew how replaceable he was, that she had lied to both of us. She begged. I stood up. Power isn't loud. It's leaving someone alone with the truth they can't escape. I didn't take anything when I left. No souvenirs, no explanations, only silence. Weeks later I heard fragments, regret, consequences, damage. None of it reached me. I had already severed the emotional nerve. Betrayal doesn't destroy you if you learn from it. It sharpens you. She laughed and said it was nothing. She was wrong. It was everything. And I walked away carrying none of it.